This the light at the end of the tunnel for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Welcome once again. As you all know, Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced and he fought back, all to no avail. He fought. He did all that he could, all to no avail. But I want you to watch this because something happened.
I made a broadcast in England.
Yes.
And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court.
Okay, yeah. Did I just hear that you committed the crime? Okay. Oh, you committed it in England, but they were broadcasting your radio Biafra. You have been shouting, we are here, we are direct. People in so places, in Enugu, the whole of where they shaking. Burn down Lagos. Oh, but you admitted you committed all these crimes. But you committed it in Upper Makande, he did not in the way Anya. Here the person.
Oh, you see, this boy then calling Nnamdi Kanu. He will be talking nonsense. His kinsmen, people around him who supposed to caution him will just be nodding their head, saying, right on, yes sir, right on. You committed the crime in UK against your country, Nigeria. They can't try you because you committed the crime in UK. They cannot try you. Open your case, you refuse. Nigerian government have closed their case. Open yours. Defend yourself now. And you are running away. You are not saying you commit the crime in UK. For that, Nigerian government have no right to try you because you commit the crime in UK. Meanwhile, Samuel Ekpa was in Finland coordinating, telling his boys to buy people in Nigeria. He did not buy the Finland people. He did not terrorize Finland people. He was in their territory, sending people to go and terrorize people in his own country. They sent him to prison, to jail. You were in UK. You were sending your boys who to buy, who not to buy, where to burn. They should bring you the head of a sitting governor. Now that they have arrested you and they cannot try you, you are quoting laws. You want to teach us our law. You are. I don't understand these people. When I look at you people, I ask myself, is it the same God that created us, that created you people? Why are you people? Why are you people like this? Why are you people so dull like this? They cannot try you because you don't commit the crime in Nigeria. So many people have been sent to electric chair. So many people are in life imprisonment. Not that they see them committing the crime. There is one guy they call Mercy. One guy like you, most the same face, but this one is Oyibo in America, who were brainwashing people to buy people. He brainwashed his follower. They went, killing spree. He's not the one that did it. Those people were arrested. They were defending him. His name is Manson. I can't remember his surname, Manson. So he was telling them, I can't remember his full name. His followers, they lasted for almost 7-8 years in America before they went, to be killing people. They killed almost 9 people one morning. They said it's their master who sent them to do it because Jesus is coming. He did not commit the crime. That is what they were saying. But the people that committed the crime were even defending him. The same way Igbo people defending Nnamdi Kanu, a criminal. But the government said, you must remain in jail till you buy. They sentenced him to life imprisonment. He died or died 7-8 years ago. His name is Mensa. There are many pastors. Look at the one in many like that, people like that. I can't name it. The one that happened in Kenya a few years ago. The one that happened in Finland. No, Philistine. Many like that. They will brainwash their people. I tell them to go and commit crime. That's what you did. You are a Nigerian. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. You must suffer for your crime. You are going nowhere. England, the UK government have no right to interfere on this matter. This is a terrorist case. You must face the law. That's the reason. You might have their passport. You were not born there. You marry somebody that have a UK passport. That's how they give you UK passports. They can't interfere. They can't try it. Nigeria will let them understand. They will know you are a terrorist and you must pay for your crime. Don't open your case. Leave it. Come and go now. Until you learn. Until you learn. Nigeria might be a corrupt country, a bad country, but it's still a country. Your fellow Igbos are contesting for political positions, governors, senators, inside their Nigeria. You will learn when the time comes. Be running your mouth. You never feel them after 10 years there. When Tinubu do his tenor and go, a full animal come, you go smell pepper now. You go understand the difference between Akburuka and Akburuku. Nobody. We are here. You think you are smart? Because your people clap for your nonsense. Okay, thank you.
Welcome back. Now, I'm going to talk about this because there is still room for an appeal. That is why I'm going to talk about this. I hope that Nnamdi Kanu has learned some lessons. You cannot be slamming, hitting, and punching and pushing your legal representative, your lawyers. They understand the law and they know the lacunas. The law was not created by you. They understand it. They know the ways, the alley to take so as to maybe keep extending, pressing and pushing. Nnamdi Kanu, he made it appear as if his lawyers are dumb. Do not forget that it was AJ, he was using a lawyer back then, and he had kicked the lawyer out and picked a new lawyer, which is not a bad thing. He felt he wasn't getting his way, and maybe he wasn't able to push and slam and hit those ones. So he decided to change lawyer, which is not a bad thing. Now, you heard what Nnamdi Kanu said. He said, I know I committed a crime. That was when I knew that Nnamdi Kanu does not know the pathway that he's towing. Like, you know you committed a crime, but the crime was committed in the UK. Is it against the British citizens in the UK that you committed a crime? Or you committed a crime against your people, Igbos, your kinsmen, and against Nigeria according to their own law or laws? He said, no, you cannot try me because the law has been repealed. It is not a law that can be observed anymore. It has been adjusted. Why are you trying me on a law that... So, what does that law say? What is that law saying? The law that Nnamdi Kanu claims that has been repealed. We've spoken about the law here that is talking about. What exactly was it sentenced on? Is it terrorism? Or what exactly? Is it that if you commit act of terrorism, directly or indirectly, outside of the shores of Nigeria, you will not be sentenced? Is that what it is? Now, what Nnamdi Kanu does not know is this. Once you are a threat to a country, via terrorism, all your rights are thrown away. Your human rights are thrown away. You cannot maintain human rights when your utterances and words are clear. Nnamdi Kanu was not advised. I think during the course of his movement, he didn't get a lawyer that would advise him on how to go about certain things. Well, maybe he felt, okay, nothing is going to happen to him. Okay, let's say a freedom fighter activist wants to go all the way. You do not want to allow certain laws that are counterproductive hold you down. It's fine. And you're ready to suffer the consequences. It's okay. But when you begin to open your mouth to say, if your people come out on a Monday to take care of their stomach, of course, he often will speak about how an average Igbo man, black man, I don't know, maybe he's not a black man or a brown man or melanated man, how they always think of their stomach. And we'll talk at length, go through, stories of how a certain activist, freedom fighter in Cuba came and looked at Africans. He wanted to help them. And he said, these people, the only thing they know is their stomach. It's fine. The thing is, Nnamdi Kanu lived all through this journey before his arrest. He lived a life of a king, first class, presidential suites. That's what he stays in, presidential suites in hotel. He was not living average anymore. He was living like a king. Now, let us bring this to the utterances of Nnamdi Kanu. I didn't care much about how he wants to live, but the utterances of Nnamdi Kanu, when you say anybody that comes out on a Monday will be unalived, do you know what that means? People were really unalived. Stories and stories of people who went out to sort out their health. Do you know what it means? Anybody that comes out on Monday will be unalived. It means that if you have an emergency on Monday, you must RIP. It is sacrifice for the better good of everybody. If you, for example, have an heart attack or a stroke or something, because Nnamdi Kanu, who is in the United Kingdom or in Europe, somewhere in Germany, Luxembourg, in one very, sweet, sweet, you will not. If you dare, you'll be unalived by his goons. This is not right. If you're protecting your people, you have to show them love, because you cannot be too powerful. Every time Nnamdi Kanu says, do you know why I'm in Nnamdi Kanu? You are nothing. You are like one person. What makes you who you are is the backing of God through your people. If you start to unalive them, you are on your own. If you start to give order to crumble them economically, if you start to order some people to be unalived, if you say the heads of this will be used to bury one in Konso that passed away, if you begin to come up with utterances, your people will run away from you. This is a lesson to anybody or whoever out there who wants to throw the pathway of revolutionary ideas, concept or movement, or activism, or a cessationist. Learn from others. Learn from others. Learn from the mistakes of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu might mean well, but his approach is diabolical. His approach is bloodthirsty. It is all about the blood. Bring the weapons, let's buy the weapons. Let's do this. Once you begin to make such utterances in the heat of the moment without clarification, you have to tame yourself. You have to tame yourself. In anger, you have to tame yourself. That's why being an activist requires you to be someone that reflects. And that's what makes you a revolutionary. You cannot put your soldiers, your people, who are your soldiers. It doesn't mean that they are with weapons, but don't forget that they can team up to help you, to save you. Yeah. So he kept saying that you know what, the part that was used to the part of the law, there is this count 4, count 5, count 6, and count 7. He said, no, you cannot. The part of the law the 2013 Act was repealed. This means that any terrorism offense committed from 2022 onward falls under the new Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2022. For example, an offense committed in 2023 could not be charged under the 2013 law as it was no longer in effect. Ultimately, the applicable law is the one that was enforced on the date the offense was allegedly committed. This is why the specific dates of the offenses are legally critical. So, to an extent, but, let us look at some of it. So, if we look at the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013, the one that I said got repealed. 3. Any proceeding, prosecution, sentence, judgment, charge, or course of action pending or existing immediately before the commencement of this new act under any of the repealed act may be continued or commenced as if this act had not been made. This legal language means that for any offenses committed before the 2022 Act came into force, prosecutions should proceed as if the repealed had not happened. In other words, the 2013 Act remains applicable for offenses that occurred while it was still in force. Conclusion of the matter. Now, let's read legal text to it. Let's apply, common sense to this legal text, because it needs careful attention when it comes to technicality, the technical and transitional clauses. The law is clear. The 2013 Act was repealed only for offenses committed after 2022. Since the offenses Nnamdi Kanu is charged with allegedly occurred before 2022, it is legally correct to prosecute him under the 2013 Act. Therefore, the claim that he is being charged under a repealed law is incorrect. Nnamdi Kanu is properly charged. No wonder you didn't hear about this until after he fired his lawyers. Otherwise, why didn't the 5 sons who represented him raise that objection? Why is it that Elohim just discovered this objection? Why? So, Nnamdi Kanu said all that he had to say, that you cannot charge me. He kept screaming and shouting, and I looked at his legal rep. I'm like, did his lawyers argue this in court prior to him saying the same thing? Like, they cannot charge him because the law is no longer in effect, and the new law in effect. I'm like, all right, you said you committed a crime. Yes. What was that crime committed against? Is it the law of the United Kingdom? So he was hoping that the United Kingdom was going to arrest him and then charge him for whatever it is I did. And I'm like, jurisdiction. How can the UK arrest you for trying to destroy Nigeria or destroy your people? Does it make sense? I saw a lot of weakness in the utterances of Nnamdi Kanu, like screaming and shouting. All of that won't work. It won't hold water. It won't hold water. What I expected him to do, or even prior to this, is to have held on to the 5 states that was offered when he was agitating for Biafra. That was during Buhari's tenure. Accept it. What is the big deal? Most Igbos will say, give us 1 naira, we will turn it into 5 million naira. It's not a bad thing, whatever way. So if you're giving 5 states, which is the state that speaks your language, why are you seeking for more? Why are you saying, no, they should give you Edo State? How can you say they should give you Edo State? Do Edo people speak Igbo language? Even if there are maybe some few ethnic, or let us say even one ethnic group, maybe they sojourned in Edo State. Or maybe when they were doing the division of Edo State, they became part of Edo State by default. Or let us say he went to Delta State. Oh, he went to Warri. Oh, Warri, you belong to our people. If Warri want to be part of Igbo, they will join you people. You create a space for them, or whatever way you want to go about it. If Nnamdi Kanu had picked the option of 5 states, let's say afterwards the government now refuses, it will be a clear. In fact, I believe that there will be no election in the Southeast because they will, of course. But I guess they had looked at it. Oh, the Southeast is landlocked. Oh, the River Niger. Before the River Niger, are they going to allow us use the River Niger? He didn't really think about it. He didn't think about it. Oh, will River State be part of us? That's why he said they should unalive Wike. Because Wike said we are not Igbos. We don't want to be part of this shenanigan. We don't want you guys. And if you look back history, you hear stories of how you hear stories of how Nnamdi Kanu, it's a terrible thing. Like I said, Nnamdi Kanu might mean well, but he was not well guided. When he became famous and popular for what he was doing, he should have sought for some information to guide him in the journey, this journey. He should have sought for proper, when I say proper, I mean proper education on how to go about this journey. Yes, he did some research here and there, I won't lie. There are some researches that he did. He was able to kind of meander his way through certain, like say some things here and there. But no, he missed it. We are all bound to make mistakes as human beings. He missed it. And now, I hope in Sokoto is reflecting. And I pray and I hope that he repents of some of his approaches and then gets his appeal and eventually released. And then he can then approach it differently. Imagine if he had accepted 5 states. Would people have passed away? Would they have unalived people? No. He didn't accept it. So bad.